They come from a different cloth, you know. Anywho, it is with the compliments of Swift Bag this month. Kwesi, you know that too. You come from with a day.
You know what I find in you know what I find in the Trinidad scenario is that we want to attribute everything to black or Indian, right?
But that has been Trinidad for years.
No. But listen to me.
Uh-huh.
So every action is seen through the prism of black or Indian, right? And ignoring. We do a similar thing here, you know. We do a similar thing here, not through black or Indian. We do it through red or yellow, right? So we don't fix the things which actually affect us. We worry about ports and airports and all that kind of stuff, but we don't worry about the stuff that affects us on a day-to-day basis, right? So if you have a problem with loud noise, right, antisocial behavior, people parking their car up and blazing music in residential areas in the middle of the night, children trying to sleep, children trying to do homework, blah blah blah, right? We don't want to say that's just antisocial. We attribute it to all the Indians trying to kill black culture or black culture trying to kill India. I mean, whatever it is, right? Rather than just call it what it is. If fireworks and those things, if parties are coming into residential neighborhoods and going on all hours, day after day, you have to look at the people living there. It is somewhat antisocial, right? Imagine you're living in that community and you're affected by this day after day, right? But we don't want to look at it like that. We want to say, the Indians trying to kill the black culture. They're trying to kill carnival.
One of the problems.
But fireworks can be antisocial.
Yeah, but one of the problems was, right? One of the problems was when Kamala says she banned fireworks. She banned all fireworks, right? All. You can't have that. When the festival came up, I think it was either Diwali or one of them, with all the big, with everything in the same residential area, you're going to do the same thing.
I agree.
And that is why
I agree with you on that.
Hold on.
I agree with you on that.
And that is why there's always been the Indian and the black people. That's why there's always been like that. Because you're banned for like, let me go on my party, let me have my pipe, I mean, whatever. You're banned that.
You have your pyro.
You're banned that. But when your festivals come up with your big drums and you're in the same residential area doing the same thing,
I agree.
How is that different?
But all I'm saying is,
and Diwali was, yes.
All I'm saying is that we have to address these things that are affecting people on a day-to-day basis,
man.
Right? Regardless of whether you're Indian or black, right? Stop giving excuses for one over the other. If it's banned, it's banned.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's not the part of getting people vexed. When
he losing, he was kind of back on like that. Yeah? He'll skate out easy.
I was losing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't realize that?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay, so we're talking so the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago was responding to questions related to international news reports yesterday, which quoted U.S. President Donald Trump as saying the U.S. had hit a dock facility along a shore in Venezuela as he continued to wage his pressure campaign against Nicolas Maduro regime. So is this an escalation? They're now targeting land?
Sounds like an escalation.
Where does this go, man?
I think Venezuela bluffing.
They don't have to bluff.
They get in. They have no choice.
No. Remember.
What do you say bluffing? What do you mean?
No. Remember he more or less threatening Kamala.
Yeah.
In extension Trinidad.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think they're doing that so that to put fear in the Trinidadian people's mind because Venezuela is so close, right? But Trump ain't about that bluffing game.
The thing is, right?
Do we?
Trump
looks like the biggest coward on the planet.
Like we were saying off air, that threat to Trinidad might not be military.
I said that already.
It might be not economical either. It could be a crime wave. It could be getting you guys to go into Trinidad and wreak havoc.
And that is it.
Right? I'm not sure they were going to take a military strike on Trinidad when the US is their backer. right? But
Remember,
We-
Venezuela has.
I think in the grand, hold on, before we go on, I think in the grand scheme of things, what we have to be careful with, the Caribbean has for a long time enjoyed being a region of peace. No, like honestly,
That's not really true, though. We have the highest murder rates in the world.
as it relates to military peace, military, like war. I'm talking war,
Yeah,
war,
all right, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, fair enough. We have our crime rates aren't the best, murder rates aren't the best,
That's an understatement.
right? Well, for some islands, because Grenada has enjoyed quite low
Right.
murder rate, so you can't say
But
everybody.
generally, most of the top murder rates in the world are from the Caribbean.
Okay,
Yeah.
so some years ago, not too far back, police kill a gang leader in Silas. What do you think the members do? Went into Port of Spain and started shooting randomly. Remember that, Chris?
Yep.
They started shooting randomly.
But what's your point in all this?
The point I'm trying to say is that what Jagger just said, Venezuela, the threat on Kamna may not be a military strike, but it could be an injection
Threat on her life.
on the ground in Trinidad.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's more dangerous because, in a sense, because you can't see, you don't know who coming at you.
Chris,
It's not communist first.
somebody here on the live saying, I'm in Trinidad right now, Chris, and right outside where I'm staying is big fireworks like Mr. Let him go outside every night. Well, at night, yeah.
Well,
It could be obnoxious.
And also to you, Jagger, Tisha says, don't forget, Venezuela has Russia and China as their backup. So just like how Trinidad got states,
I'm not sure if
Yeah, I ain't sure about that one.
I ain't sure if
I ain't sure about
Russia.
that one.
I mean,
Maybe China.
China wants economic control.
Yeah, and
has moved the ship into the region.
Yeah, well, who's
yeah,
Russia?
but in the
Russia?
reality of it,
Russia can't even deal with Ukraine, man. Come on.
much less the U.S. Listen, I think everybody in the world knows if the U.S. really wants to destroy you,
Yeah,
But
you're
is-
toast.
But
You-
is anybody taking stock of how militarized the Caribbean is becoming?
but that's yeah. I mean,
The largest warships are left St. Kitts already. Troops that I know are training for active duty. The deployment is insane. This is
it's
not
crazy. It's not. Yeah, it's ain't a bluff. They're spending money. They're
They're
spending money.
Because money's about to
Yeah, but-
They look like they've
Yeah, but
decided.
it's Trump.
Yeah, no, but they look
It's Trump.
they look like they've decided. You know what? We've been kind of waving this stick too long. Let we actually use it.
Anybody catch the recon helicopters last week, landing at the AA and taking off and coming back from the US?
No,
Okay.
how do you get on one of those trips? Like I want to see Vinci from the air. That's what I
A
want.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Facts.
They were in St. Lucia. They
Especially
left
in
St.
Syria.
Lucia, they came to St. Vincent to do some recon.
I want to get on one of those tourists.
You left Paul too early, man. You can remember. I don't know. You can remember when they used to do the weed eradication
Yeah,
thing.
correct, yeah, bro.
I was up at Paul that time and went up in one,
Mm.
and so from the air, brother, marvelous,
I saw a time.
marvelous.
In
Yeah.
those days, I used to
Marvelous.
cycle. I got into the countryside and
Big up Paul,
somewhere
Paul,
in Cedars,
Paul, big up Paul.
well, into North Union, coming up
Mhm.
the hill. Next thing, all you're hearing is this noise, and then this helicopter gunship.
Brother, heavy.
It was like something out of one of those Vietnam movies or something.
Yeah.
Better than heavy.
No, but in all seriousness, though, let's say this isn't about oil. I think it is, but let's say it isn't. I think
Choice and liberating us from drugs and crime and violence and saving the world.
But on another serious note,
yeah. But if it were, would you have a problem with it?
if you about oil,
If it wasn't about oil, if it was about drugs.
about drugs, no.
I wouldn't have a problem with
I
it.
have a problem.
I read somewhere that it wasn't even about oil. It was about China's increasing influence in Latin America.
Yes.
That's what I'd read. And they're trying to counterbalance that because
This is America's
Venezuela were on the verge of signing some agreement with China to
but there's-
exploit their oil.
There's also an agreement that they've signed, that the superpowers have signed, where this is considered America's backyard. I
Well,
forgot what it's called.
America signed it, the sphere of influence.
Yes, the sphere of influence.
But apparently China's not abiding by it.
Right. So this is America's backyard, and America's basically saying, "Hey, you guys getting a little too
Yeah.
friendly over here.
Yeah.
Go back over your side of the wall."
Because remember, you had all that.
Nobody tells them that when they go to the Middle East and stuff. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I
But,
guess.
but what is best for us, though? That's the bigger question.
I've been preaching it, self-sustainability, mind my business.
No, but Luke touched a good point, and Chris with the choppers. There's no consultation here. When the choppers came, there was a press release. We're going to be running all the weed. There was a consultation. They told ganja from. It was a whole exercise. This narcos thing is no consultation, you know.
No,
They're just doing.
They're not coming here talking to people and saying.
You reached it.
These are the things you should look out for.
They get to the airspace. Hey, we landing there.
Yeah. In fact, if you're lucky, we just
what happens though, right? If as some people have speculated that Caribbean governments have been taken over by the cartels, right?
Who doesn't like cartels music?
Well, there's speculation. There's speculation. There has been speculation throughout a number of the islands that it's really the cartels who are the ones that are really in control.
Can you see why that is a speculation?
Kind of. Things from what we hear, cocaine travels a little bit too freely and easily in large quantities through the islands.
For there not to be influence.
For there not to be somebody's telling the police sometimes, back off there. Don't bother with that one. Right? That's the speculation. We've all watched Narcos. We see how they corrupt governments. Hang on. Right? So let's say the US know this. Let's say the US have all the intelligence, which I have no reason to doubt that they don't have it, right? And they're basically saying, you can't tell us nothing because we know what you are.
Yeah, the moment you say something,
no consultation.
We'll reveal it, and you'll get removed from government because your people won't tolerate it.
And on top of that, there's the risk of you going to jail.
You know what I mean?
Oh boy, land your helicopter. Eh?
Because to me, as small as we are, we do have ways of kicking back at the US. They might be painful, but it could be some shared pain with US companies and that kind of thing, right?
But we don't do it.
Why don't we do it?
I said
That
to you
stick
yesterday,
has spikes.
I said to you yesterday, we allow these things to happen to us.
Yeah.
I don't.
Where did it come from? Who was arrested?
Where is that being stored? That's a lot of gold.
So you've got to wonder, like some of these narco stories, as fanciful as they look, they've taken over governments. They've taken over Mexico and places.
Hey, how much helicopter you have? Bring them, yes.
When you see those documentaries about what was the guy they just locked up? Cha. The big Mexican Chapo, right? And he's telling you that sometimes it was the federales who were actually transporting, providing the security for them to move through states and things. If that could happen in a country of 130 million, first world country, I mean, who are we, man?
Hey,
how do we fight that?
Hey, but boss, when we go in line here, I put in go close.
You know what I mean?
They nothing.
It's not fanciful to think it's possible, right?
Is not in the past how these countries used to survive. As in,
Not survive.
Who knows?
No, the average man.
Who knows?
No, because when you check it out, really, when you check on from the marijuana.
Your voice went down a little bit. What was that? Your voice went down a little bit.
Man don't want to say it with his chest, so don't say it at all.
Amidst the shells, the sounds, the excitement of the season. Find joy. Give joy this Christmas. Only with Hot 97.1. 7.1.